Hey guys, it's Justin, aka Hambone, just here to let you know a couple of things that we have going on with the channel. One, we have a Patreon. If you can and want to support us, you can do that. As little as $1. You can join the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can get some cool shirts, mugs, and stuff with all of our different shows and labels on there. And thank you for all of our supporters that have already been there with us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Starting 11 here on the Let's Get Ready Network, the Highlights channel. Snark is here with me. I'm Adelia. We're going to talk about the week that was in the English Premier League, which had a lot happen in it.
There's a lot that happened. My hair went stark gray. It used to be jet black until Saturday. Jet black. Okay. Now look at me. I aged frigging 30 years in a day with those. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how good old Chelsea Football Club performed on Saturday. Oh boy. Yes. I'm going to get frazzled. I'm getting frazzled just thinking about it. So maybe we should talk about other things that happened in the league first. Starting off the week with one of the biggest matches of the season so far. It's the battle for top spot in Man City, Arsenal at hosting the good lads from Manchester, and they were gracious hosts. They were pretty gracious hosts.
They were. They just decided not to show up for the second half.
The second half, they were awfully gracious. I thought, oh, wasn't that wonderful for them? Look how well they've treated them here. First half was pretty good. I liked it. I have to say, right off the bat, you could see City wanting to hold the ball forever, and they were just getting away with it. They were getting away with just 10 seconds, 11 seconds, 12 seconds. The goaltender just holding it, doing nothing, gets a yellow card eventually. This happened a lot, and it's not just by him. It's waiting for free kicks and everything else from fouls. It's just time wasting. They're time wasting. I don't know if that's part of the strategy. It's just to drive everybody nuts. But if it did, it kind of worked. But now it leads to Nketiah, I believe it was, coming in to the box, and Edison jumping at him, knocking him over, and a penalty's called. Now,
we were already down 1-0 at that point.
Why wasn't a yellow card? Why isn't that a yellow card?
I don't know why that wasn't a yellow card. I've heard so many people say that shouldn't have been a penalty.
That was a penalty. I'm saying this. That's a penalty. He made no play on the ball at all. He only went for the body. There was only one thing he was trying to do there, and that was getting away. And the weird kind of putting his arms back.
Yeah, it was very much.
What is happening?
He just collided with Nketiah.
Yeah, it was awful. He should have been sent off. Arsenal didn't get the call, so that's one for you guys this year, I guess. Oh, and then there was the VAR stuff from before, but also I suppose. But not a good second half, and Holland gets another goal. He brings him up to 26 goals on the season. I may mention that stat a little later in this very program, because it's a good stat. It's not like he's not on the pace he was going at. He's not going to hit 50 or anything like that anymore.
No.
I doubt he's going to hit 40 now. Records for the Premiership still kind of in sight, but he's going to have to play much better. They're going to have to get him the ball more, but he played well. That was as good a match as he's had in the last month or so. So he gets his goal.
I'd agree with that.
Tomiyasu, he's had better games.
He's definitely had better games. I would say putting him in for Ben White did not work.
No, just a poor a lazy pass back without checking. If you're unsure, there's one play. You put it out. You're a defender. There's a guy coming down on you. You don't put it back towards your goaltender there. You put it out because you're unsure. Well, a harsh lesson. A harsh lesson for Tommy S. Also, there's some other things in that game or whatever. He didn't look sharp. It was not a good game for him. But okay, so that brings City level with Arsenal and takes over because of differential, right? So
yes,
City takes over first place in the Premiership, and I'm sure they will never relinquish it again. But we'll see what happens on Saturday. Saturday, it was Arsenal.
Saturday's it started with Arsenal, who had played on Wednesday, playing the early game on Saturday. Explain to me how the scheduling makes sense.
They just got back to bed. They just went to bed. And so they will go, oh, now we got to play. I'm sure they didn't even have time for practice, anything like that. It's just like, guys, go to sleep and wake up and you have to play again. Now, again, a poor half. They had two poor halves in a row. Lucky for them this time, the poor half happened in the first half, and they were able to rally. Of course, they win 4-2. But yeah, going down 2-1 to Villa at home. How was your early morning treating you, Adelia?
It was not going well at halftime. I was not a happy person. But we came out in the second half and we played much, much better in the second half.
Yeah, Saka was good. Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins
it was a nice goal.
It was a really nice goal. He's one of those players that I feel like I hear his name like once a year against Arsenal, and then I never hear his name again all season.
Well, there's the whole thing of couldn't give two shits about Villa. Zinchenko finally on the board for Arsenal Football Club.
His first Premier League goal, not just his first Arsenal goal.
Unbelievable.
He never scored for City in the Premier League.
Yeah. And then a weird end to that. And it looked like it was a competitive game. Looked like it's going to go into a draw or whatever.
It looked so much like this was going to be a draw that the BBC actually published their article stating that this was going to be a draw before the end of the game.
And who's the friggin' hero? What man? If you could think of 11 guys on your team, what man would you expect to score a weird goal that bounces off the crossbar, off the goalie's face and in the net?
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Jorginho can score from the field. He could score from the field.
Yes,
unbelievable. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't believe it. It's like I've seen this shot before somewhere, but it was like I know that shot. I've seen it before, but it's been so long I couldn't remember it. I didn't know. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It's like, oh my God, he doesn't need a penalty to score. Unbelievable. What a time. And also
that goal is almost identical to a goal that Mikel Arteta almost scored in his last ever game as an Arsenal player, his last ever professional game ever. He almost scored a goal almost identical to that. It was kind of crazy.
It almost looked like that meme or whatever that little skit that has the guy sitting in the net or whatever, taking the balls to the face.
I laughed so hard. Well, first I screamed and I woke up the people in my house, and then I laughed so hard.
Unbelievable. And then Martinelli gets another one like seconds later, obviously.
My favorite part about this is that after Emi Martinez has just had the unfortunate mishap of scoring an own goal, because it did go down as an Emi Martinez own goal. He then decides to rectify this by running up the pitch for a corner. What is he thinking?
Well, they're thinking if they don't get a goal, they're going to lose anyways. That's probably a coach's decision. Get him forward.
No, Unai Emery came out and said, I don't know why he did that. I didn't want him to do that. Goalkeepers never score when they do that.
Some come close. I remember Petr Cech came pretty close a couple of
times. Some have come close, but that seems to be a thing that Unai Emery did not want Emi Martinez to do, and Emi just decided to do it.
As a hockey fan, I would have no problem with that. I would have done that. No shit. It's like, guys, there's less than 30 seconds here. It doesn't matter if they score again. Who cares? We need one to get it. We need one to get a point. Send everybody out there. Get some kind of power play or something like that. I don't know. Do it. I don't care. But Martinelli with the little celebration before he kicks the ball in.
Fabio Vieira celebrates after he makes the pass to Martinelli, and then Martinelli celebrates before he puts the ball in the back of the net.
That was
fun. So great.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of all of that, though, is Emi Martinez trying to scramble back to get in the goal, and Bukayo Saka overtook him, and he just decided, okay, I'm not getting to this ball.
Gabriel Jesus is back. What have you thought of his play since returning?
Has he played?
I thought he played a little. I thought he was there at the end or whatever. I remember seeing a Gabriel shirt a couple of times.
Well, I think that was just Gabriel. I don't think Jesus made it onto the pitch.
I thought that was Gabriel Jesus that was on there.
No,
so
saying, Gabriel, by the way,
he has lost pace.
No, that was just Gabriel. Gabriel, by the way, after the Martinelli goal, when it was over on the sideline celebrating with Arteta, and you can just hear him on the audio go, "Fucking hell!" and scream as loud as he can. It was great.
Attaboy.
I had a much better day after that.
No shit. I was shaking when that happened. But then when I saw the highlights, I was like, oh, okay. I just saw Jorginho's face. I was like, oh my God, he can score. Oh my God, he's doing it to us again. Let's move on. Another West London club here. Bees, Palace, and a draw. Well, 1-1 draw. But you know what? It was pretty exciting. It was a pretty exciting game. The first 70 minutes, for no score or whatever was pretty exciting. Chances, all kinds of chances. And then
there were lots of chances.
And then Eze scores on a header from just coming on too. What was in for 6 minutes or something like that. I guess that nice little cross, a nice little soft header. It's like, oh, you don't have to hit the ball 60 miles an hour to make it well. You just have to put it in a good spot and have a little bit of pace on it, and it's going to go in. But it's another something. Janelle scores to break Palace's hearts. What is that? I think 30 seconds left in the game. Yeah. They couldn't hold on for 30 more seconds. Oh, Palace has not won in 2023.
No, they have not. And I'm starting to wonder how long of a leash that Patrick Vieira has there.
It could be a bad year for former favorites of ours in the coaching ranks. For Frankie Lampard first and Patrick Vieira. Well, he'll always have an unbeaten season. That's one thing you can always say about Patrick Vieira.
Yes, that is one thing Patrick Vieira will always have.
He'll always have an undefeated season. Of course, they only didn't win the Premier or the Champions League or anything like that, but that's fine. Let's move on. And a humongous disappointment, a huge letdown for the Wolverhampton Wanderers, losing 1-0 to Bournemouth. It's 3 points they couldn't drop. They can't afford. They were on such a good run. Lopetegui had them playing well. You can't drop points to Bournemouth. Even Chelsea beats Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. They had 12 corners. Like you get I don't think Chelsea has scored from a set piece all year, at least not from a corner. So I don't know if I can judge all that much, but 12 corners in that game for the Wolves, and squandered vital points. They're at the point now where I'm pretty sure they're not getting relegated. I think they'll be fine. You have to look at other teams, but there's another team coming up here soon that's playing better. under their new manager. So I still think Southampton's going to be relegated, just to add more misery to my increasingly miserable life. Let's go on. Let's go on. Speaking of misery, speaking of absolute misery, Brighton 0, Fulham 1. Another win for goddamn Fulham. Unbelievable.
Fulham are a good team.
They're good. They absolutely stole this match.
Yes, they did. They absolutely stole
They had
it.
no business being in this match. Again, Brighton, you've got to finish. Like, I know how it feels, guys. I'm a Chelsea fan. I watch a bunch of jerks try and score for 90 minutes every week and can't do it. And it, it let you down this week, but it was an utter domination. It wasn't close. It wasn't close. And then that weird little, they take the ball away again. They kept taking the ball away from Fulham players all afternoon. And then for some reason, the two midfielders, I think it was the Argentinian kid with the Scottish name, whose name I can't remember, and some other guy, McAllister.
Alexis McAllister.
Yeah, and someone else get crossed up on the ball, like looking at it. And then Vinicius just takes it, and he finds Solomon streaking, and boom, it's in the net. It's all it takes. It's all it takes in this game is just not thinking for 10 seconds, and it's over. And they couldn't get incredible match for the Fulham goalkeeper, but so many goddamn shots wide. Like, you got to hit the net. Like, you got to hit the net, and too many squandered chances. And Fulham's a good club. Fulham could play in Europe this year, and just the words. It's like acid in my mouth. I hated it. Ugh. Here we go. This is the match I was talking about, and a team that's playing much better under their new coach. Everton gets another win.
Yeah.
Through Leeds. So,
Leeds, who still don't have a coach.
Oh, you don't need a coach to win in this league. No. You don't need a coach. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it soon. Okay. You do not need a coach to win. Sean Dyche just they had a really good first half, and then that's it. Oh yeah, that little fight at the end of the half. And like, there's 3 yellow cards, and just because the ball gets tripped up in one guy's feet, and then the soccer pushing starts, and then everybody gets around and stuff like that. It was like, all right,
Tyler Adams shows someone into the advertising hoardings, and
my gosh, I'd like to see these guys play hockey just once. And that that goal by Seamus Coleman, like,
that was quite the goal.
What an angle! And Melia just kind of stands there. It's like, he's like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, he could have moved over, like just his hand out, and you could probably stopped it, but he just kind of stood there with his hands on his hips and just watched it go by. Odd, but good for him. It's like one of those weird goals against the from the red line in hockey. Sometimes they just go in, and they don't care how. They just count how many. So that's fine. Now, a match that you had an interest in, I'm sure. It's Man City and Forest.
Yep.
And Forest ruins people's days. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're good at it. They're good at ruining days. And this time, they got to draw with City at home. They steal points from City. City drops. City now in second place. They weren't able to complete it, but they had a ton of chances again, like City again. And how about the Costa Rican goalie they got from PSG? What the heck is that guy?
Keylor Navas.
Unbelievable. He was terrific.
He was great.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, I remember when that signing went on, and it's like, I liked Henderson. Like, I don't get it. And then I found out he's a little bit injured, but I think they got a real gem from the Paris bench. Like, good for you. Yeah. Anyways,
in that game, Yeah, I was about to say that. Holland missing from the 6-yard box, puts it over the bar. Like, he was not doing that at the beginning of the season. That would have been in the back of the net. So
the one good save and then off the bar or whatever too. Yeah. God damn. Oh well.
The Man City reporter for The Athletic was tweeting this game, and he was tweeting like, Man City should be up by like 3 or 4, but I think they need another goal. And like, it was like, and then I was listening to the Arsenal Vision post-match podcast, and one of the guys on there was like, they were recording while the Man City game was going on. One of the guys on there goes, you never know, you get to that 85th minute and Nottingham Forest puts one in the net, and they scored in the 84th.
He's a witch. Chris Wood. That was a nice, such a nice pass and stuff too. And again, people watching it come by, but they didn't want to touch it or whatever because they're afraid of the own goal. So yeah, nice play, and a huge win. Or well, it isn't a win, but it's a huge plus for Arsenal. Getting 2 points clear now. That'll stand until the next time VAR wants to interfere in a match, I'm sure.
Yes, but thankfully it won't be Lee Mason that would be doing the interfering.
Bye, Lee.
Bye.
Bye, Lee. Hardly knew ye, Lee.
6 mistakes in half a season.
Awful. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate VAR, and I hate not having it, and it's all terrible. We got to have just computers do it from now on. I swear to God. All right.
Yep.
Liverpool. This is a fun one.
This was a fun game.
Liverpool wins 2-0. And it's the 2 big signings. Their 2 big signings this year. They get one from Nunez. Darwin Nunez scores on a hell of a goddamn feed from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Makes no mistake, buries it. And then it's Cody Gakpo. And again, another terrific pass, this time from Mo Salah, who finds them. And Cody Gakpo is starting to turn things around. And he's not looking like as much of the bust anymore. He's starting to score.
Yeah.
And he's looking better. And he doesn't look
settling in.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like such a deer defensively now and stuff too. He's able to push play and stuff like that. I'm not liking that Liverpool is looking better. But okay, let's talk about the Newcastle Football Club a little bit. Now, they've been around forever, and at one time, they were very good. That time was in the 1910s. They last won, I believe, the English title, I believe it was 1910. They last won an FA Cup in 1955. They've obviously never won a Champions League. They have never won the League Cup, or they haven't since for a very, very long time. Their starting goaltender, Nick Pope.
Yep.
With the game to be played Saturday versus Man U. The biggest game Newcastle has played in 68 years. Nick Pope does the most batshit crazy thing I've seen a goaltender do in
a while.
Years.
Yeah. I sent you a message as soon as I saw that, and I said, what the hell is Nick Pope thinking?
I was still angry about the other result. I don't get it. To jump on the ball and then corral it. To jump on the ball and then corral it.
Out of the box.
20 feet out of the box. Not close. 20 feet.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Why was he trying to run to get it? You're already down 2-0. What were you doing? Like at one point, his brain just disintegrated.
Yeah.
Like is it a case of trying to do too much? Like, you're the keeper. You have one job. You've got one job. That's it. Just keep going.
And now, because Martin Dubravka's cup tied because he played for Man United earlier in the competition, Newcastle gets to go into this biggest game they've played in however many years with
16.
Loris Karius in net.
Good luck. Manchester United hasn't been on a heater. They haven't been
not at all.
Very well lately.
It's not like they're going to start Marcus Rashford in that game or anything.
Unbelievable. How could you do this? How could you do that to your team? Yeah. It's bananas. But
and it was a straight red card too, so he's gone for 3 games.
Yeah, 3 games he's gone for it. And
I will say Dubravka did good when he came in.
I was about to say that. I thought he was really good. And then remembering that he can't play in the final. It's like whatever happened with Newcastle, all the goodwill, all the good feelings towards this club, where has it gone? Where's it gone? Oh my goodness. And they were, they're down a man, but they took the play over. It was Liverpool hanging on at the end. It was Newcastle attacking and kept coming. You would have thought it was the other way around for being a man down, but Liverpool just content to sit back and let them work. So their game plan worked. They get the 3 points, and Newcastle's in trouble here. It's not the same looking club.
Newcastle is out of the top 4 now.
Yep, they're dropping. They had European football in their grasp, and everyone was looking so good. I still like Almiron.
This was only their 2nd loss of the year.
Yeah, I think it's their first at home. Yeah.
It's their first since August.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
amazingly, both games they've lost this year, but against Liverpool.
I know a team that's lost twice to somebody. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. It's I don't know what it is. It's not like they're being coached well. It's just who knows? Who knows? Eddie Howe's got some work. He's got some work. Now let's go back to the aforementioned Manchester United Football Club and the Red Devils taking on Leicester, who I thought in the first half maybe deserved a better fate. They were playing pretty well. And
Leicester were playing well in the first half, yeah.
Yeah. They're just not converting. They have chances, can't convert. It turns out Manchester United has this kid named Marcus Rashford, who's okay at football. He's an all right football player, it seems. It's like he has a nose for goal now because, God damn it, he scores again. Not once, but twice. Not once, but twice. And the first one, maybe against the run of play, where Leicester was really on, and then it just took him 1 second. Someone gets the ball, boom, it's in the back of the net. The ball just leaves his foot so fast. There's so much pace to it. So they score. Gets to the second half, and it's all Manchester. Leicester. It's like they were defeated. It's like they tried their best in the first half, and after that had nothing because Manchester is really on a roll. They looked really solid from that first half. Like you talk about Marcus Rashford, and he's been great, but De Gea has been terrific, and he earned the clean sheet. Like he earned it through that first half. An unbelievable save, falling back and stuff. And they everybody had to go look to see if the Leicester guys are celebrating like it went in. It wasn't even close, but he went back so far to whack it out and stuff like that. Like he is playing so well. Again, another guy on this team that seems everything's clicking. Like I went after Ten Hag when this program started back in August, and United were stumbling, but give them credit because he has them locked in, and everybody has a role. Everybody knows the role, and everybody's fulfilling their role. I wish the same could be true of another club that we'll get to in a minute. Speaking of in a minute, Tottenham won. Son scored. Royal scored. Right?
Royal scored. Yeah.
The only thing you could take from this, and the Spuds winning.
They won again without Antonio Conte on the bench?
Well, there's that. And they beat Villa. At least, if you're going to win, at least beat Villa. Of all fucking clubs, assholes. All right.
West Ham, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry, West Ham. Yeah. I don't know. I just saw what the next game was, so I already got frustrated. Yeah.
All right,
next.
Snark.
All right. Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. This is at the Bridge. We can start with the goal, I guess. Dave unexcusably takes down Changeable Pros outside the box, like 8 feet outside the box, or as we like to know it, the kill zone for pros, ward pros, and he steps up and nails it right in.
Yep.
We knew it was happening. We knew as soon as he set up and comes over the ball, oh, he's going to score here. This is what he does. Maybe the best free kick taker since Beckham.
Maybe.
I would think. Yeah, it's just that he plays on such a dump of a team that he doesn't get the recognition I think he deserves. Watch for him, especially since this isn't going to save the Saints, guys. They're going down.
No, they're definitely going down.
They're going down. So he's not gonna play championship side football. He's too good of a player. He'll get sent somewhere. I wonder where. Because it's probably not going to be Chelsea because it could actually help. Now, let's start with a couple of quick things. That's the first time that Southampton's pulled the double on us since 1985. 1985, and there was a bunch of teams that weren't great. Like, trust me, there was teams that weren't great. Like, as in our current form, we have 2 wins in our last 14 games. The last time we were this bad, again, 1995, an awful year. 96, we got better. We started getting players in. Erling Haaland has 26 goals this year. Chelsea Football Club has 24. He has 2 more goals than a team that spent $600 million this year.
Yep.
Thank you, Roman, for saying no to this kid before when we could have had him for $70 million. We've let in 23 goals. Like it's just become vanilla. We're not creating anything out of the box. We've had 2 penalties all year. And the guy who took them is where? I can't even remember. I don't know what I talk about. Let's talk about again. Let's talk about the character of Graham Potter for a minute. What little character he seems to have, because let's go back to that game against Tottenham. The first game with Tuchel and Conte getting at it in the sidelines. Those 2 horrible missed calls by Anthony Taylor and him giving it to the refs the entire game, and the ref on the sideline and stuff like that just wouldn't stop. That next game, which I believe was against West Ham or Villa. Again, there was a call that was pretty close. Went Chelsea's way. We scored and we win that game. When bad things seem to happen, when there's questionable calls, like say last week, when there was a handball in the box and no penalty awarded, inexcusably, through either the ref or VAR for some fucking reason, he does nothing. He stands there. He's watching. When there's that little dust up or whatever that's happening, he's just standing there and watching. When his goddamn captain gets kicked in the face because some jerk tries to do a bicycle kick, completely missing the ball, kicking him in the head, knocking him out cold, had made no contact with the ball, and the referee eventually gives him a yellow card, he does not go ballistic. That's a red card. For God's sakes, this is the same man who gave the referee, the same man that gave João Felix a straight red for having a spike up. The same man that saw Dave go up for the ball. Cesar Azpilicueta, your captain, by the way, Graham Potter, get kicked in the face in the box. It wasn't like you couldn't see it. The man was doing a bicycle kick. It was a bicycle kick. And he just stands there. He just stands there. Where is this man's fucking passion? You're not in fucking Brighton. You need to show something. You can have all the skill in the world, but I haven't seen it. I was very excited because I was thinking, look at the way he mixes up plays and stuff like that. Like he goes to a back four, he goes to a back three. He can move things around at halftime. He seems to know the play so well, the field so well. He's doing nothing. Oh, it's all these players and stuff like that. God damn it! It's not like you're getting championship level people and bringing them up. You're paying hundreds of millions of dollars for these people. They know what to do. You just have to show them. Just show what you want. Does he want anything? Everybody looks around. They're just fucking standing there looking. They look. They have no idea. And it isn't because of a striker. We won the Champions League without a striker. Man City didn't have a striker. They've been winning the Premiership. They'll never win the Champions League, guys. Don't get me wrong. They'll never win the Champions League. But yes, they did it without a striker. They have a striker now. He's pretty good. It's gut-wrenching. How do you leave Reece James and Thiago Silva off the club? You didn't have to start them. If you wanted them rest. How do you leave them off for resting? Oh, this would have been their third game in 8 days. So what? They're not playing for 8 days. So you're giving them almost 2 weeks off? You have them dressed. You have them on the bench so that the other club will be able to work against it. We'll have to work against it if they come on and stuff like that. When you don't have them on the bench at all, you're just making other people's jobs easier. Speaking of other people's jobs, there was nobody else on the job. After the game, he said, that we lost to a well-prepared Southampton team. Well prepared by who?
Yeah.
They didn't have a coach.
They fired 2 managers this year. They have not been well prepared at all this entire season.
And we've lost to them twice. Now we've lost to them twice. He just stands there with his foot in his pocket. And you know what? We can't fire him. He's unfireable. You know how much he was making at Brighton? $1.5 million a year. You know how much we're paying him?
No.
$12 million. We're paying him for the next 5 years. If we get rid of him, which we can't, if we get rid of him, it'll cost the club to get rid of him and get rid of all of his assistants because they're fucking terrible. Over $80 million. $80 million for him not to coach Chelsea football team. If it was up to me, it's worth it. But it turns out that I guess they're thinking, we're going to give this guy a chance. It's like, why are we giving his staff a chance? You know what? They're not working. We don't score from set pieces, and we can't defend them. What is your fucking staff doing? You guys just doing wall passes or something like that and fucking going around dummy drills. Like passing. It's like, God damn it. Learn to score. Learn to compete. Be harder. This is Chelsea Football Club. Where's your fucking killer instinct? The whole fucking thing was, fuck everybody. We're going to win. We'll cheat to win. We don't give a shit. All it meant was winning. And now it's like everyone gets an orange slice at halftime. Guys, just do your best. And everyone gets an orange slice, some juice, maybe some juice. God damn it. It's like their moms come rocking around with little fold-out chairs, and they get to sit on the sidelines and yell at Jimmy or whatever, get up the field and stuff like that. But they also play like they're little midget kids and stuff like that, looking at the grass. They have no idea what's going on. How can they not finish? How can they not finish? Kai Havertz, how can you not finish? Raheem Sterling, didn't you used to be able to score goals? I think he has 5 goals this year. 5! And how many goddamn posts and it's just brain farts. And this is from wide open nets. You have the choice, and you still can't do it. This has been. We are now closer to the being relegated than we are to top 4. It's insanity. This is insanity. This has been a nightmare of a season. It's like I've been cheering for Arsenal my entire life. Okay, okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, guys. So, yeah, but yeah, we can't fire them. We got the Spuds next weekend. We got the second leg of Borussia Dortmund coming to the bridge in a game that just has to be won. It's the entire season. If you don't beat the Germans at home and continue on in the Champions League, which is the only way we can get European football now, we have to win the Champions League. We have to win it. We're never getting a sniff of even top 5. We might not even be able to play in just the scumbag leagues and stuff like that you get for finishing 8th and 9th. It's like there's nothing. There's going to be nothing. You guys are going to play the 38 times plus a couple rounds of the FA Cup, a couple rounds of Carabao Cup. You guys are going to have plenty of time to rest next year. All right, you'll have plenty of time to rest. Yeah, but yeah, you can't get rid of him before the German game. And after the German game, if he doesn't win, what's it matter? What does it matter?
Yeah,
he's unfireable right now. And I think back to what would happen if the former owner had been in charge of this club. I don't like to think of him too much these days, but things would have been different. I don't know if he would have gotten rid of Thomas Tuchel. I think it was a little early, even though we weren't in great form, but we were at that time in 6th. What are we now? 11th? Are we 12th? I can't remember. It just keeps fading. Oh, I wish you wouldn't.
I mean, 10th. You're in 10th.
11th, 10th.
But you're in 10th. But you're 4 points behind Liverpool and Brentford and Brighton, who are right ahead of you in points, but in 7th, 8th, and 9th, respectively.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to beat anybody with goal differential because our goal differential's 1. So
yeah,
this is
0 actually.
Oh my God, we haven't scored 2 goals in a match since December.
Yeah, this says you guys have played 23 matches. You're 8, 7, and 8. You've scored 23. You've conceded 23. Your goal differential is 0.
Yeah,
this is the Premier League website.
I forgot the Southampton game. It's it's nuts. This is nuts. Well, so where's the pride on the players? At some point, the players can say, "Listen, we want to win football matches. We're just going to stop. Like, just play a fucking 4-4-2 or something like that. Just play something simple. Just play simple. You guys can't afford this. Like, honestly, in this form, you are in trouble of being relegated. There's teams that can win. There's teams that want to win. How much do these guys want to win? Anyways, yes, I'm very proud of myself. I didn't say the C word once, I don't think. But nope. I've been thinking it an awful lot. I've been thinking it like I just stubbed my toe. You know that feeling? That's what's been in my head since Saturday morning. So yes, I'll wake up thinking it, go to bed thinking it. It's been terrible. Southampton 1, Chelsea 0 at the bridge in a sorry and sad state of affairs. But speaking of a sorry, sad state of affairs, well, really there isn't. We like to prognosticate. We like to guess who's going to be winning the matches every week. Last week was an absolute shit kicking. One person only got 1 right. The other one, well, they got 1 right, but it was because of a couple of draws that he missed. He actually had a couple more, but the winner, Adelia, 4-1. And it really was walking away because you missed the draw, I think, there too, and stuff like that. So it would have been 5 or 6 points to you. But we got last week we had 11 games. This week only 8. I didn't see Leicester playing at all.
Leicester play this week. Yes.
No. Which team? Brighton. Is it Brighton that I don't see? I know Man U is taking on.
Yeah, Brighton is off. Man U has Newcastle
in the
Carabao Cup final.
The League Cup.
Brighton is not playing.
Yeah,
let's see the team that's not playing. I'll figure this out. Fulham's playing on Friday against Wolves.
Oh, right, against Wolves. Yep. Who would it be?
It's not Palace.
Bournemouth is playing City. Yeah. Anyways, we only have 8. So let's see. I can't do worse. Well, I guess statistically I could, but I won't. Not this week. We have Fulham at home at Craven's Cottage against a now faltering Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Brentford.
Brentford's not my God, what am I? You know what I should do is not write down stuff before or after I start writing notes down about the Chelsea Football Club. So it looks like I mix things up. We got Fulham at home. Against Brentford.
Fulham at home against Wolves. No, Brentford's the team that's not playing.
Okay, so I did do it right. You just said it with Brentford.
No, I said Brentford's the team that's not playing, and you thought I said no, Fulham's playing Brentford.
You're right. Yes, so we got it right. It right.
Fulham versus Wolves, I'll take Fulham.
Yeah. Do I take Fulham? Yes, I'll take Fulham. Why not? Everton and Villa.
It's at Goodison. I think I'll take Everton in this.
Okay, I'm going to take Everton. We got Leicester against some club.
I will take Arsenal.
Arsenal on the road. Does Leicester find the back of the net on any of those chances like they had last week?
I don't know.
Nope. Well, not enough anyways. We got West Ham against a plucky Nottingham Forest club.
I think I might go for a draw.
Smart. I think I'm going to take Forest. Forest for the win. It'd be remarkable because that's something they don't do on the road, at least not often. We got Bournemouth. We got Manchester City.
City.
Yeah. Well, you would imagine. But who knows? You would imagine, but who knows? But yeah, I'm going to take City. I'm not an idiot. Well, I don't want to. I shouldn't say that. Palace, Liverpool.
I think Liverpool.
Important match. Yeah, it's an important match for Patrick Vieira, I think. But can he work at a draw? Is that the kind of game that Liverpool just doesn't? I'm going to go draw. I think that's the kind of game that they just don't get up for, and it's going to cost them. Leeds and Southampton.
I think that is tough.
Yep. Southampton, the giant killers. Also last place and rudderless. Oh, and until Leeds gets someone, it's the battle of 2 rudderless ships.
Yep. Draw.
I'm going to take Leeds at home.
Okay.
Now, how bad does Chelsea lose? But I will never say it. I will never say it.
I don't want Tottenham to win, but I think they will.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to ever say it, but do I say a draw at least? Do I say we're owed by the refs after what happened at the bridge? Yes. Do the refs give a shit what I think? Nope. But I'm going to say, God damn it, I'm taking a draw. I don't think Chelsea will win because I've been watching them play every single minute of every single match they've had this year, and nothing tells me that they're going to win. But there's no way I can say they lose to fucking Spurs. And we don't lose there. We just don't lose there. We dominate the Spurs at their own goddamn grounds. So to not take points from them there, shameful. It would be a shameful act. Well, you know it's coming. God damn it. What a world. What a world. It's the double. Southampton takes the double. But we owe Tottenham a goddamn something. Hopefully, maybe something clicks. Maybe something clicks this week, and they finally just get it. Maybe something clicks. I'm not, I'm not gonna hold. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath. And also, a Sunday game is still 7:00 in the morning. So, guys, come on, you're the only game. Ridiculous, goddamn schedule makers. But what are you gonna do?
That might be because of the League Cup final, though.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Yeah. I imagine people are going to try and get down to Wembley at some point.
Yep.
I hope the guys over at Newcastle taking lots of nice pictures. It's the only memories they're going to have of that place.
Yeah, I'm not at all pleased about the fact that Man United are going to just win a trophy this weekend.
Yeah, awful. It's awful.
Loris Karius certainly isn't going to stop Marcus Rashford. Nobody else seems to be able to.
No. And at least it's just the League Cup. The League Cup is kind of like, it's all right. It's fine. That's usually where you play your subs, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather win the FA Cup. Even it's still, I'd rather win the goddamn Premiership, I can tell you that. But not this year, not for me. Maybe for somebody else. I don't know who.
Maybe.
I don't know who. Maybe we'll see.
We will find out in the coming weeks on that. Snark, where can people find you?
You can find me here every single week on the Starting 11. You can also find me maybe on Twitter at Snark Yeti. You can find me, what's the other one? Hive, just Snark. Guys, not a great, I'm going to say this, not a great follow. Because I don't really do anything except for occasionally like things. Or this past weekend, I sent something about Graham Potter. As you may have guessed, it wasn't very charming. But other than that, well, at some point, LGR After Snark may start up here again. Well, now we're going to be looking to March, and that's only on the Patreon, guys. Become a patron. It's only costs you $1 to get in. For goodness sakes, you get more of me. You get more of me than some friggin' Brazilian guy with weird fingers. But that's it for me. How about you?
You can join the Patreon at patreon.com/LGR_network. $1 a month gets you into our Discord where you can hang out in the voice chat and listen to Snark watch Winnipeg Jets games on the weekends, which is also an interesting experience.
Not a good weekend for me.
No, it was not a good weekend for Snark. It was a pretty good weekend for me.
Unbelievable.
I'm Adelia Chamberlain. You can find me on Twitter and Hive Social at Adelia Chambo. Don't really post all that much, but I'm on there if you want to follow. And until next time, guys, we will see you next week.